I mentioned that I was going to read this article. If you have watched my previous video where on Sunday I read newspapers of the location that I'm in, and I saw this Conman seduced 6 hot MPs, and the Nairobian leaped out at me, and I had to get it. Had to get it, had to read this. Said I was going to record this, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get to page 6, but I just seen this 10 types of Nairobi husbands. It's an article talking about different people: nomadic husband, Pumbafu one. It's kind of like a dumb one. What that is like this? And Pumbafu is like Pumbaa, kind of hot, like hard headed and things like that. Different thing. Wife snatchers. He sleeps with men. Women, your husband could be gay. It's not bad. The president said it's a non-issue. Or how do you see it? No, it's pretty bad if he's sleeping with other people, gay or female or male. Gay Miko down. We have Nairobi husbands whose wives sleep with anything in trousers, and everyone in the neighborhood knows it except him. Well, in most cases, it's because gay Miyake go down. So right here, you see they're saying that, hey, if the husband isn't satisfying the wife, she's out there sleeping with other people. Now, this kind of like RK selection. If you guys know about RK selection theory, I'm sure there's some listeners of mine who are like, that's so R. That's such an R neighborhood. That's such an R environment. But hey, check it out in the United States of America, I guess. But yeah, RK is not necessarily just race-based. There's R people in white communities, and there's people with cuckoldries being okay and things like that in the United States of America, in the West. That kind of nonsense is also being passed on here. But okay, here's like a meme. It's like top. Can you understand this meme? In the United States, what skill do you have? In France, what certificate do you have? In Africa, who sent you? So yeah, even here, don't feel so bad, people in the United States of America, who when somebody says, hey, something about Africa, people are like, Africa's a continent, it's not just a country. Well, even Africans do that whole continent thing. So I guess they're saying it's skill-based United States of America, and it mostly is, more than other places. There's still a lot of nepotism, things like that. In France, certificate-based, so I think credentialization type of thing, like that in France. And here they're talking about this straight-out nepotism in Kenya or in Africa. So moving on, banker, salesman, hubby, closed marriage account. Okay, here we go with the article. I'm going to read that, but check this one out. Kenyan in one-day marriage fights over a shilling $15 million home. Teresa Mudhoni, first white American man who left before consummating their union. So yes, again, these are some of the people who are like, I'm going to go abroad and marry somebody. I guess this is a cow from the wedding. I don't know why there's a picture with a cow here. But this kind of time thing, it's like buying a heifer. Like you're buying a woman, you just like you buy cattle, like that kind of thing. Well, anyway, I'm not calling black women heifers, but I'm just saying that's kind of odd. But anyway, let's get into this. So before, when I first came across this, I was asking, do they mean hot MPs, members of parliament, as in they're attractive? Or do they mean hot as in they're up and coming? Like this is the new hot. Like I spit hot fire. Who is the 5 best rappers in the world? Dylan, and Dylan. Because I spit hot fire. But no, I tell you who's really spitting hot fire. Young M.A. You guys need to check out this rapper called Young M.A. Like Young Ma. Amazing stuff. I finally listened to a song of hers a few days ago. And then now I've been listening to pretty much all her stuff on YouTube. Some really, really crazy stuff. But anyway, let's get into this to see what kind of hot they're talking about. So I'm going to try to go at least paragraph by paragraph before I give any actual reactions. So 6 female MPs Chaka madly loves. He sent them a chain of text messages either asking for money or seeking intimate relationships. So this is scandalous. So I'm thinking Nairobian is not necessarily just hardcore reporting. It's more like, what's the Daily Mail? What are those newspapers? Inquirer or something like that? I think it's kind of like that. Okay, by Nairobian reporter. The person that I'm putting his name to it. It's like I'm not going to touch that because some of these people are powerful. These are politicians. They got reach. They can come out and touch you. So I guess they don't want that. So Wazir Chaka, aka Benson Masubo. Wazir Chaka, aka Benson Masubo Chaka, was not famous until Valentine's Day this year. The 25-year-old former employee of the Ministry of Devolution grabbed attention of Kenyans when he released intimate photos of him with former Bomet woman representative Dr. Cecilia Ngechi, claiming that she'd used and dumped him. Ngetich, sorry, I'd said that wrong before, Cecilia Ngetich, Getich denied having any romantic relationship with Chaka. So I don't know who Getich is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 people pictured there. Let's find who Getich is. Again, 6 hot MPs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The person in question is not even pictured here. Now, this is a female representative. One thing I had asked before was like, I'm wondering, did these women get their positions out of actual qualifications, or were they more with the whole quota system where you have to have 1/3 of certain political positions be females? So here, women representative seems to be a situation that was created just to have a woman in there. So when you have that kind of situation, it's not going to bring, when quota systems don't necessarily always select for the most qualified people, and you get a situation where some people shouldn't be in there. Now this is a Stormy Daniels. So this is Stormy. Okay, Stormy. What's his name? Benson. Okay, what's the opposite of a storm? I don't know. I'll think about something if he had like a different, like, I guess a porno or some kind of scandalous name similar to Stormy Daniels. You guys, if you can think of any names, what would a good name for him be? Leave it in the comment section. I might post one later. If I come up with one while I'm reading this, I'll let you know, but probably not. Anyway, so this is a scandalous thing. But anyway, get into this. But just as dust was beginning to settle on Chaka's newfound fame, investigators have now linked him to an extortion scam which caught a few Waheshimiwa pants down. So this is kind of, okay, Mheshimiwa is kind of honorable. And when it comes to MPs and certain positions in politics, when you say their names, when you say my name, put some respect on my name, as Birdman would say. It's kind of a situation where they expect you to actually go in and say their name with respect. You're supposed to actually go in and actually say honorable such and such. You don't just say their name and just be done with it. So, back to this. Pretending to be a sick Sabina Chege, Buranga woman rep, Chacha fooled honorable members, including Speaker Justin Mutiri, who sent him 300,000 shillings. Other victims included Cabinet Secretaries Peter Munya, Eugene Wamalwa, Margaret Kobia, and Cicely Kariuki. So, this is a situation where I guess he had identity fraud pretending to be her, and then he contacted these other members of parliament, these other politicians, and 300,000, that's a lot of money. As I mentioned before, it's like $3,000. I mean, that's a decent amount of money to be sent on this kind of scam thing. And so the pants down thing before here, it's kind of like the pants down. Some of these sayings, some of these idioms don't really translate to like female. They're not like gender neutral. So it's kind of interesting that they use that. And Waheshimiwa, that's a different kind of term. But anyway, so one thing I was talking about, how a lot of leaders in the world in general, a lot of them don't really use the internet that well. They're not really that familiar with using the internet. So computers, things like that. I'm thinking about how is the world going to be when majority of the people running the world are actually very familiar with technology and uses like that, noticing scams, trying to find information in a better way. I think it's going to be a much better world that we're going to be living in at that time. Okay, so let's continue this. We have carried in-depth investigations on this matter and come to the conclusion that there is a special relationship between the complainant, Sabina Chege, her, and the suspect, which I may not be comfortable discussing in public. So DCI, I think that's Department of something Central Investigation boss, George Kinoti told a parliamentary committee. In a new twist, the Nairobian has acquired fresh details linking the youthful man to a number of female members of parliament. The Nairobian can exclusively reveal that Chacha sent a chain of text messages to female MPs, either asking for money or seeking intimate relationships. Former nominated Jubilee Senator Joy Adhiambo Gwendo was among Chacha's initial targets. As captured below, things did not end well. So Joy Gwendo is this lady right here. Wazir. So Wazir is, again, this guy, Wazir Chaka. Sorry, this is by the side. There's people here called Boniface, and I'm like, who names their kid Boniface? Have you guys heard this name anywhere else but Kenya? I haven't heard it anywhere else but Kenya. Boniface. Anyway, back to this. So, Wazir, so this guy, Hello, Mheshimiwa. Joy. Who is this? Wazir. Wazir Chaka, former executive assistant of Honorable Waiguru. We met in a conference. Joy. Oh, I don't remember, but nevertheless, Sema. Sema is like, say, what's up? Like, what's up? Wazir, how is life? Well, I'm just checking on my crush, Joy Adiambo. So I guess he's saying, wait, what? Yeah. Joy, crush. I barely know you. Anyway, I'm good. Have a blessed week. Wazir. Yeah, secret admirer, but it's long. Or if you don't mind, I can refresh your memory. That is some weak game. Back there, when we're talking about over here, this game equal down. You have no game. Yeah, game equal down. Sana and this guy. What is going on here? Sit back into this. So, in yet another attempt to seduce nominated Senator Fahada Deko Iman, that's this lady right here. So, sorry about butchering the names here. It's a lot of different names, a lot of different tribes, lots of different cultures, so a lot of different kind of names and pronunciations for some of these things. But anyway, in yet another attempt to seduce nominated Senator Falhada Dekau Iman on February 4th, Chacha expressed his feelings in a text message. Hello, Mesh. How are you? It's Wazir Chacha, private secretary to An Waiguru. He did not receive much attention after referring to the lawmaker as his crush. He then tried to lure former Taita Taveta woman representative Joyce Lay, but was unsuccessful. Mteja Hakupatikana. This is the thing. With Swahili, I'm a lot better at speaking Swahili than to actually read it. So, Hakupatikana, Mteja Hakupatikana means that when you call, it says like, okay, the person you're calling is not there, so it's not found. This number you're calling is not found, so that's kind of just like a missed call type thing. So I guess he's just talking about he was trying to get a lot of different people in this. And Falhada Dekau Iman here, again, you can tell from the dress, she's Muslim. I'm guessing she's Muslim, but she's more, at least visually, she's expressing that she's more, not modest. What's the term? More reserved, conservative in that sense. So I guess, but you never know sometimes. Like again, but yeah. So kind of, I think she just completely brushed that out. She's like, no, I don't know if she's married or not, but she's like, no, I'm not even having that. Didn't even talk to that. This other person didn't even talk to them. So he then tried to lure. Okay, we already talked about that. Another conversation between him and a politician he identifies as Kandara legislator Alice Wahome in October 2017 turned ugly. So this is Wahome right here. In the exchange, Chacha boasts about his close connection with State House and how he is among top decision makers in the country. Hi, beautiful. How are you? How are you, Hashimiwa? Honorable Alice Wahome. I didn't know what makes you... What? Sorry. I didn't know what makes you so stupid, but it really works. You are not as bad as people say you are. You are much, much worse. The viral video of you manhandling the returning officer is dishonorable. Sure, I've seen people like you before, but I had to pay an admission. Shame on you, sick. What does sick actually mean? I guess it's like paraphrasing or something. Well, anyway, wrote the man who told the Nairobian in a previous interview that he prefers older women to slay queens. Now, slay queens, I don't know, is it slay queens like younger people like slay, like queens, like the people who say yas a lot? I imagine slay queens are the type of females that say yas a whole lot. I hate that yas thing. Anyway, or I really dislike it. Don't hate it. I hate very few things, but I really dislike the slay thing. So he further berated the MP. You were supposed to be more professional and composed. Me, I call a spade what it is. I have advised several leaders across the globe, and I have a right to correct you. You're a public citizen. I feel sorry for a leader of your caliber to tell me to go to hell. Stop demeaning women leadership. So I don't know what's with this guy. Why would you go through all this trouble? Again, this article is not necessarily turning out like I thought it was going to be. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I really thought. Okay, the reply is not warm either. This is Alice Wahome replying here. You have no right to lecture me. And by the way, I don't know who you or what informs your opinion. I have no doubt that I don't prescribe to your thinking, and possibly that's why you're offended. Initially, you thought, I am Honorable Joyce Lay, and I'm not. So I guess this was a guy getting it wrong. Honorable Joyce Lay is this lady right here. So I don't know if there's a misconception with the video, the mishandling or the manhandling, which was Joyce Lay or her. Again, as I said, I haven't really kept track with all this going on in here. It's a completely gossipy thing. I don't know why am I still reading this? Why are you still watching this? Ask yourself that. Okay, so Chacha says, you must be ready to take negative criticism. That's what most true leadership is about. I'm not a sycophant. I'm not sycophant. I don't bootleg politicians. Bleeps, even Kenyatta, I tell him outrightly when he's wrong. You know me very well. I'm one of the few people who run this country. Again, delusions of grandeur. If this guy really did this is like trollery to like another level. We were kangs of trollery. Like, why would you go this? Kenyatta is the president of Kenya. He's saying, yeah, he even tells that I'm not sycophant. What is going on with this? What? Why? Again, I'm wondering if the Nairobian is like the Inquirer and this is actually a real thing that happened. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm kind of enjoying it. So the response is a mocking brickbat. Brickbat? I don't know. You say you run this country, then you have failed miserably. I guess she's talking about how the state of the country, which is just, I think it's just like a back and forth trying to get at people. But Chacha goes on bragging. I have not failed. It is us who determines who goes to State House. Kenyatta has not failed. That's why we put him there. Politicians are just servants of the rich. Everybody has a price tag. So that's not a sentiment that's only held in Kenya by Mr. Chacha here, the king of trolls, or I don't know, insane person. I don't know what's going on here. But this is something that you hear. You hear this a lot. Right now, the March for Our Lives, trying to repeal the Second Amendment and have common sense gun control and stuff like that. They're talking about how the NRA just buys politicians. And I listened to this. I mean, it's a situation where a lot of people are talking about how, yes, the politicians are just bought by lobbyist groups, special interest groups, and every politician has a price. And that's part of the positives I was thinking with Donald J. Trump. He's already a billionaire. Who is going to bribe Donald J. Trump into a situation where they have him under their wing, or they have him like as their whole errand boy. He's not going to be anyone's errand boy because there's not too many people that are going to make him wealthier after he leaves office than he already is. I mean, now it's a situation where he can do certain things where there was a possibility, a temptation for people who are not as wealthy as he is to get into that situation. And you see situations where politicians enter politics in the United States of America and they leave a lot more wealthy than their salary would realistically show. Now you have situations where a politician gets in and then they're like, okay, now I've been a politician, I'm trying to set up certain laws, certain situations, certain favorable situations for business, and then now I'm going to leave and use my connections and use my know-how to be a businessman and make money that way. But I think there's too much where you see people coming in and out. Some people will be in politics and then they'll come in for a while, then they'll leave, and then they'll come back into politics, change some things around, leave, make some money, get some, and then go back in. So that's a common thing. So even though this guy, insane man, what he's saying here, not necessarily completely wrong. So you're coming on. Catherine Nyaboke, a suspect linked to Chacha for conspiring to register an M-Pesa account in the name of Sabina Wangari Chege, was arraigned in court last week. She denied the charges and was set free on a Kenya shillings 200,000 bond or 100,000 cash bail pending hearing on April 26th. Now, M-Pesa is the mobile money system where Safaricom is the main kind of mobile carrier here. It's like AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint in the United States of America, and M-Pesa is what they use mobile money. You go to a kiosk or you go to a place and you give them the cash and they put it on your phone. And then with your phone, you can send out money to people. You can receive money in your account. You can purchase things. You can buy things online. You can order pizza, things like that. It even has international aspects where you can send it internationally. You can tie it into your bank, so money's coming directly from your bank account into your M-Pesa account. Or you can have a situation where M-Pesa is being sent directly from your phone to your bank, and you can take out loans and things like that. So it's kind of just a way a lot of people manage their money here. So at the end here, Chacha has since gone underground and is on police's wanted list. So this guy, if you are in the United States of America or anywhere in the world, and you see this man, Mr. Wazir Chacha, get him. Buy him a beer, buy him some kind of beverage, and then maybe turn him in after. At least buy him that and try to talk to him and find out what all of this was going on. What was going on?
That story, that was the story. That was the conmen seduced 6 hot MPs. So I still don't understand why they say the hot MPs, because I guess for older women, I don't know if any of these are in their 30s. They seem to be older than their 30s. 2 of them might be in their 30s. But it seems, okay, are they hot in attractive sense? Is that what they meant? Were they hot as in they're politically hot? I don't know why the title was there, but hey, the headline worked. It got me to actually read it. Got me to go in and actually check it out. So that's it for this video. And yeah, so merchandise store, links below. Patreon, links below. Like, share, and subscribe. Till next video, Silas, goodbye.